Hi friends, previously we have seen how to increase the font size of an option menu, and also we have seen how to basics of the option menu where you have displayed a option menu taking different options. Now we'll learn how we will take the options from the MySQL database or a SQLite database or from a Excel page or from any other data source also. So using the similar techniques, we'll take the options from the different data sources and present it to the user to select one. Before we move, my request is please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we frequently doing that also. Let's create the option menu using the different data sources. To create the sample student table in your MySQL database, visit this URL. This is there in the description. Copy this sample SQL dump and then visit PHP myadmin. Go to your SQL window, paste it here. So once you paste it, click go. Now your table is ready. To create your SQLite database, visit this URL. It is there in the description. Scroll down to the end of this page. Here you can download the zip file, and inside this zip file you will have my_dv.db. that is the database which has the sample student table. You can use it. Once our tables are installed, let's just check it whether our data is coming or not. So this line in particularly we have commented it because this is required when you have a MySQL connection here. Now I'll comment these two lines. These two lines are for SQLite. So now it is connected to MySQL database. If I want SQLite database, then I have to comment this line and keep these two lines. So now here you can see I have kept my_db in this particular path. In your case, your SQLite database path you have to give it differently wherever you have stored. Now let's just our connection object is there. Using this connection object, we'll collect our some data and display it. So for that I will write a query here. Query equal to, now what I am writing is select name column only. Out of 4 or 5 columns, I am only picking up the name column from student. Now instead of collecting all the things, limit I am collecting 5 records. So I am saying 0 to 5. Now this is my query. This query I will apply to my connection object to get the rows of data. So my list, this is what my record set or my rows of data I will collect, equal to my connection. Now this is the connection object what you have declared at line number 5. Whatever it is MySQL or SQLite, no problem. Now execute. So this query will execute. But here now in the recent version of our SQL Alchemy, I have to give this text here, and inside that I will write the query. Now I will get a list of 5 rows of data. Here only one name column we are collecting. So now my list contains that list. So let's loop through for row in my list, because I have 5 now. Print row. Now this will print a tuple with one element because I have the element name. Let's just print. Okay, let's save this and run it. I'll get it. Every row will have a tuple. So here it is. Now instead of that, let me just go and take the first element. So 0th element I am taking. So now I should get 5. Yeah, you can see here I got the 5 names from my sample student table. This is where we left in our previous tutorial. This is the list. Actually this list values we are taken as an option, and what happened here is our option menu. We are displaying it here and slightly higher font that we have discussed previously how we are achieving that. Let's just see up to this point how this looks. Here it is. So these options will be replacing from our database options. So let's close this. Above this, let us, what you have learned, that same concept will paste it here. I am just pasting my database connection part, and here it is. Now this option I will comment this part because now I am going to use options taken from the database. So here right now, if you want SQLite or if you want MySQL, whatever it based on your requirement you can do. Whatever you can comment this part and keep this in line, or other ways also. So let's just use SQLite. So here it is. Now connection is there, but this won't work. So what we are going to do is we'll slightly change the query here. So let's start the query equal to, now what you are writing is, instead of names, I will take up the distinct classes. Select distinct means unique, whatever, not the all, whatever the class names, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, all unique class names will be picked up as class from our student name is, table name is student. So this is my query. Now this query I will execute it and get the data. So for that I am saying my data equal to my connection. Now that is what that line number 5 it is. So my my connection dot execute. Now here I have to write text, then inside that my query. So now my data will contain the entire list of the tuple, whatever the data, multiple rows of data will be getting. So we can just print that also and see that one, or I can just loop it through for row in my data, print row. Now this will print the tuple, and because that will generate, here it is my list is generating error, so I am just keeping this, but this will print to my console. So let's just run this and see. Yeah, you can see here, this is the window, you can see all the console, the data is taken, all the class values are taken and printed it here. So our database connection, everything is fine. This is not what we want. We'll just comment this part. This also we can keep it, you can use it like this, but in a better way we'll write a one-liner. What I am going to do is I am commenting this line, I am writing my list, same my list name I am using, so below I need not have to change, my list equal to, now a one-liner, R for R, comma, in my data. Now what happened, my list contained one by one classes names, it will take it from the tuple and create the list for me. So I'll write it, create a list of distinct classes, because based on the query whatever we have used, here it is, so that is created. Now let's see, because you can see this line I have commented, so this is not going to this is not going to be used as options, it will be taken, my list will be taken from here, which is picks up from the database. Now let me save this, running it again. Here it is 3. Now you can see all the distinct classes are taken from the database and shown it here. Now let's just change this one. Now let's come to MySQL. So here these 2 lines I will comment it. So okay, my root password, I must provide my password, localhost, my database name I have given. Now my connection, everything else is fine. Let's see whether the data source is taken from where. Yeah, now it is taken from the MySQL database. Now similarly, if you have Excel or a CSV or JSON, you just have to create this list, where this list only, this list from different sources. Now you have seen 2 sources. Similarly, that is another thing, the tutorial is there where you can read a Excel file and create the list, read a JSON file and create the list. Once this list is there, this lists connect to this our option menu, and we are using this as different options for our application. That's all, friends. Hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and you can use different data sources to create the options for the option menu. And once a list is created, source can be anything. Once finally a list is required to populate the options of the option menu. My request is, please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you'll be notified as and when we add new tutorials, and we are frequently doing that also. And if you have any doubts, suggestions, questions or any ideas, use the comment section below to post it. Please share this with your friends, and thank you for watching.